In 21 days, I was in Kailash. I took one strand of what is there on that mountain. You won't believe. In 2.5 hours, I was almost 10 to 15 years younger.
Hidden deep in the Himalayas is Mount Kailash. It's a place where many people believe the gods live, but besides its high peak and holy reputation, there's a mystery hidden within its old rocks that has puzzled both scientists and spiritual thinkers for ages.
On Mount Kailash with an adversary. There's a mountain, and that is also one of the abodes, like we own different homes.
Recently, a brave group of explorers and scientists set off on a journey to uncover Mount Kailash's secrets. What they discovered inside astonished them, making them rethink everything they believed about history, rocks, and spiritual beliefs. What secrets lay dormant within these ancient walls? Could this discovery hold the key to unlocking the secret of Mount Kailash's sacred significance across millennia? Join us as we unravel the secrets of the ancient cave hidden within Mount Kailash in Tibet that defies all logic. The mysteries of Mount Kailash. Mount Kailash is situated in Tibet's Angari prefecture, a region often called the roof of the world. This remote area is famous for its rugged, high-altitude desert landscape, which starkly contrasts Nepal's lush valleys to the south and the rolling steppes of Central Asia to the north. The mountain itself soars majestically above the Bara Plain, with the sacred lakes Manasarovar and Rakshastal lying at its base. This creates a breathtaking and serene scenery, framed by some of the world's most formidable mountain ranges, making Mount Kailash an isolated giant, part of the Trans-Himalayas, a lesser-known but equally dramatic range compared to the famous Himalayas. This seclusion has kept the mountain in pristine condition and added to its mysterious allure. What makes Mount Kailash truly unique is not just its stunning landscape, but also its profound spiritual significance. This has made it a magnet for pilgrims and adventurers from all over the globe, who are drawn by both its beauty and its deep spiritual meaning. Mount Kailash's resistance to climbing isn't just due to cultural respect or government regulations. It seems to possess a will of its own. Unlike the mythical Mount Olympus of Greece, where gods reside and mortals are forbidden, Kailash stands aloof, impervious to human conquest. Climbers who approach the mountain often speak of an inexplicable energy, a sense that they are trespassing into a realm not meant for human footsteps. Mount Kailash also captivates geologists and scientists. Its pyramidal structure is remarkably symmetrical, leading some to assume about its formation. There are even theories that it might be a man-made pyramid of ancient origin, although science attributes its shape to natural geological processes. Speaking of ancient structures, the rugged hills of Maharashtra showcase architectural genius and artistic splendor. Among the 34 rock-cut temples and monasteries at Ellora, the Kailasa Temple, also known as Cave 16, stands out as the crowning glory. This magnificent structure, carved entirely from a single rock, showcases the advanced engineering and artistic skills of 8th century Indian artisans under the Rashtrakuta dynasty. The Rashtrakuta dynasty ruled large parts of the Indian subcontinent from the 6th to the 10th centuries and was renowned for its patronage of art and culture. King Krishna I, who reigned from 756 to 774 CE, commissioned the construction of the Kailasa Temple. His vision was to build a monument that would mimic Mount Kailash, the mythical home of Lord Shiva in Hindu mythology. The result was a breathtaking structure that broke all the rules of traditional temple construction, setting a new standard for architectural creativity. Unlike conventional buildings that are constructed from the ground up, the Kailasa Temple was carved from the top down out of a single massive basalt rock. This method required incredible precision and planning, because any mistake could ruin the entire project. The artisans began by carving the roof, and slowly worked their way downward, a technique that is both awe-inspiring and mind-boggling given the scale and complexity of the temple. Imagine trying to sculpt a detailed sandcastle starting from the top, without being able to fix any mistakes once a part is carved. This was the challenge faced by the artisans of the Kailasa Temple. The temple spans an area twice the size of the Parthenon in Athens, standing about 98 feet tall with an overall length of 164 feet. It is estimated that around 200,000 tons of rock were excavated to create this immense structure. The shape of Mount Kailash is nothing short of extraordinary. Imagine a colossal pyramid shaped by nature, with each side perfectly aligned with one of the cardinal directions. This geometric precision is rare in natural formations and has sparked numerous theories and speculations. The north face of Mount Kailash stands as the most challenging aspect of this awe-inspiring mountain range. Its sheer cliffs, reaching up into the sky, present a daunting challenge even for the most seasoned climbers. On the other hand, the south face, while equally impressive, offers a more accessible route and is often admired from the comfort of base camps. Completing the picture, the east and west faces form a symmetrical pyramid, creating a surreal and almost otherworldly presence that dominates the landscape. This precise alignment with the cardinal directions fascinates many. Some believe it to be a result of unique geological processes, while others see it as evidence of the mountain's sacred and mystical significance. Regardless of the explanations, this alignment only adds to Mount Kailash's status as a natural wonder and a spiritual beacon. Its surroundings boast a rich and complex geological history, with the mountain primarily composed of granitic and metamorphic rocks, some of the oldest on Earth. These rocks, formed over millions of years under intense heat and pressure deep within the Earth, bear witness to the mountain's ancient origins. The granitic rocks, with their coarse texture, are rich in quartz, feldspar, and mica, enduring through time and the harsh climate of the region. Meanwhile, the metamorphic rocks, altered by heat and pressure, showcase a diverse array of textures and compositions, contributing to the rugged beauty of Mount Kailash. Echoes of ancient India. Mount Kailash is one beautiful sight to behold. It's filled with breathtaking landscapes, icy valleys, clear lakes, and the tranquil beauty of nature. Among these wonders are Lake Manasarovar and Lake Rakshastal, nestled south of Mount Kailash. These lakes, boasting some of the highest freshwater elevations globally, captivate with their pristine waters and peaceful surroundings, adding to the spiritual and natural charm of the region. India's rich cultural and religious heritage spans millennia, dating back at least 5,000 years. Its ancient civilization, which flourished in what is now Pakistan and northwest India, emerged around 2600 BCE along the fertile plains of the Indus Valley. This region, blessed by the Indus River and its branches, provided the perfect setting for early agricultural societies to thrive. As these societies evolved, they mixed into the renowned Indus Valley civilization, also known as the Harappan civilization. Unlike its contemporaries in Mesopotamia and Egypt, the Indus Valley civilization distinguished itself through its innovative urban planning, sophisticated architecture, and advanced engineering feats. Cities like Harappa and Mohenjo-daro serve as proof of this civilization's ingenuity, featuring carefully planned street grids, intricate drainage systems, and impressive structures, both public and private. Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, often referred to as the twin jewels of the Indus Valley, offer a glimpse into the daily lives and remarkable achievements of ancient Indians, showcasing their remarkable skill in creating thriving urban centers amidst the ancient world. These ancient cities were carefully planned, with streets laid out like modern cities, and houses built using baked bricks, even having indoor plumbing, a luxury even today in some places. One remarkable feature was the sophisticated drainage system of Mohenjo-daro, where each house was connected to a central sewage system, showing a high level of cleanliness and urban planning. The Great Bath of Mohenjo-daro, a large public bathing area, indicates the importance of ritual purity and communal life in Harappan society. One of the most captivating mysteries of the Indus Valley civilization is its script. Thousands of inscriptions on seals, pottery, and other artifacts have been found, but the meaning of the script remains a mystery. These confusing symbols offer a glimpse into the daily lives of the ancient Harappans, yet their true meanings still baffle modern scholars. Deciphering the script could reveal countless secrets about the social, economic, and religious practices of this ancient civilization. The economy of the Indus Valley civilization relied heavily on agriculture, with wheat, barley, and peas being the main crops. The fertile plains of the Indus River allowed for surplus production, supporting urban growth and trade. Evidence suggests that the Harappans engaged in extensive trade with neighboring regions, including Mesopotamia, as indicated by the discovery of Indus Valley seals in Mesopotamian cities. The Harappans were talented craftsmen, creating beautiful objects from bronze, gold, and semi-precious stones, showing off their skills in working with metals and making jewelry. They also had a knack for decorating pottery with intricate designs, revealing their artistic flair in everyday items. Unlike some other ancient societies, the Indus Valley civilization didn't have obvious signs of kings' palaces or grand tombs, hinting at a more equal society where everyone had a similar status. Their houses were similar, suggesting that wealth differences weren't significant, and the items found in graves didn't show a big gap in possessions, indicating a possibly classless society. Daily life in the Indus Valley was likely lively and communal, with large storage buildings indicating well-organized food distribution, possibly run by a government. Their focus on cleanliness and public welfare was evident from public baths and wells. Religion played a big part in their lives, although people are still unsure about many aspects of their beliefs. Overall, the Herons lived in a society that was rich in culture, where craftsmanship, equality, and community were valued. Many ancient seals have been found, each showing different animals, mythical creatures, and possibly gods and goddesses. This suggests that the people who made them believed in a variety of powerful beings. Take, for instance, the Pasupati seal. It portrays a person sitting in a special yoga pose, surrounded by animals. Some experts think this might be an early representation of the Hindu god Shiva. The people of the Harappan civilization were not just busy building cities, they were also quite artistic and creative. They made small statues out of clay, toys for children, and beautiful beadwork. This tells people they value making things and expressing themselves through art. It's even possible they enjoyed music, dancing, and maybe even acting in plays for fun or as part of their religious ceremonies. Around the 19th BCE, the Indus Valley civilization started to decline. Historians and archaeologists still debate why this happened. It could have been because the climate changed, the rivers shifted their paths, or they used up too many resources. Whatever the reason, the once bustling cities slowly emptied as people left to live in smaller villages. This paved the way for new cultures and civilizations to emerge. Even though the Indus Valley civilization faded away, its influence remained strong. It shaped how future Indian civilizations built their cities, designed their buildings, and organized their societies. The spiritual and cultural practices of the Harappans also left a lasting impression, adding to the rich mix of traditions that make up India today. The epic discovery of Ellora caves. Exploring ancient India is like taking a journey back in time. Each artifact, each ruined city, and each unreadable carving adds a piece to the puzzle of the shared human history. The tale of finding the Ellora caves is as fascinating as the area's history itself. In the year 1819, when British officers in India often went on adventurous trips into the wilderness, driven by curiosity about this unfamiliar land. It was on one of these expeditions that Captain John Smith stumbled upon something extraordinary: the Ellora caves. This discovery changed how people understand India's diverse cultural past forever. Captain John Smith wasn't a historian or an archaeologist. Instead, he served as a British officer in colonial India, where his duties often involved exploring the vast lands under British rule. Like many of his peers, Smith found joy in traversing the Indian countryside, captivated by its mystery and beauty. One significant day in 1819, Smith embarked on an expedition with his companions, unaware of the extraordinary discovery awaiting them. As they journeyed deeper into the forested hills of Maharashtra, they stumbled upon an area thick with untouched vegetation. Hidden within these rugged hills, obscured by centuries of neglect, lay the entrance to what seemed to be an ancient cave. Interested by this find, Smith and his companions began to clear away the foliage, revealing a remarkable sight. What emerged was no ordinary cave. It was a series of carefully crafted structures carved into the rock. These caves weren't just random formations, but intricate temples and monasteries adorned with exquisite carvings and sculptures. Smith had unintentionally uncovered the Ajanta Caves, a sprawling complex that bore witness to centuries of cultural exchange, blending Buddhist, Hindu, and Jain traditions. Amidst the dark, mysterious caves, there was one that truly stood as a marvel of ancient Indian craftsmanship: the Kailasa Temple, also known as Cave 16. Dedicated to Lord Shiva, it was a sight to behold, unlike anything Captain John Smith had ever encountered. Instead of being constructed conventionally, it was carefully carved downwards from a colossal rock, showcasing an incredible feat of engineering and artistry. The hugeness and precision of this monolithic structure left Smith in utter amazement, prompting him to ponder the astonishing capabilities and creativity of its creators. Amidst the overwhelming sense of wonder and thrill at this remarkable find, Captain John Smith felt compelled to make his mark on the history of the Ellora Caves, a customary practice among explorers of his era. In Cave 10, amidst the shadows and echoes of antiquity, Smith etched his name and the date of his discovery onto a pillar. To him, it was a gesture similar to claiming newfound territory, a record of his exploration and conquest. While today such actions might be viewed as disrespectful to historical sites, in the early 19th century, they were regarded as declarations of discovery and triumph. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. Scientists just discovered an ancient cave inside Mount Kailash in Tibet that defies all logic. Deep within the snow-draped peaks of Mount Kailash, a team of brave scientists uncovered an entrance to an ancient cave that had eluded humanity for millennia. The portal, hidden behind a veil of cascading ice, seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy. As they descended into the depths, their torches flickered, casting eerie shadows on the walls adorned with strange symbols and carvings that glowed faintly. The deeper they ventured, the more they realized that the cave defied all known laws of nature. Gravity seemed to twist and warp, making some passages feel like they were walking on the ceiling. At the heart of the cave, they found a vast chamber illuminated by a soft, golden light. Floating in the center was a colossal, intricately carved crystal, humming with a deep resonance that vibrated through their very bones. The crystal seemed to be a repository of ancient knowledge, displaying visions of lost civilizations, advanced technology, and cosmic events that spanned the history of the universe. Dr. Arya Singh, the lead scientist, reached out and touched the crystal, instantly transported to a realm beyond space and time. She stood on a precipice overlooking an infinite expanse of stars and galaxies, a voice whispering in her mind, "You have found the nexus of eternity. Guard its secrets well." When she awoke back in the cave, the crystal had dimmed, and the entrance behind them was sealed shut. The team was left with a profound sense of awe and a mission to decipher the mysteries of the Nexus, a discovery that would forever alter the course of human understanding and ignite debates about the true nature of reality itself. What ancient civilization created the Nexus, and why had they hidden it so deep within Mount Kailash? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section below. Journey through the Ellora and Ajanta Caves. When the Ellora Caves were reintroduced to the world, they became recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. These caves, spread over 2 kilometers, consist of 34 caves divided into 3 groups, reflecting the religious diversity of ancient India. There are 12 Buddhist caves, 17 Hindu caves, and 5 Jain caves. Each group showcases the unique artistic and architectural styles of its respective faith. Among these caves, the Kailasa Temple stands out as the most remarkable feature. The temple showcases the advanced engineering and artistic skills of that time. Its construction involved the removal of approximately 200,000 tons of rock, which required careful planning and execution. The result is a grand structure with intricate carvings, depicting scenes from Hindu mythology, particularly tales of Lord Shiva. The rediscovery of the Ellora Caves by Captain John Smith had profound implications for the study of Indian history and culture. It shed light on the incredible achievements of ancient Indian civilization, highlighting their sophisticated understanding of architecture, engineering, and art. The caves, especially the Kailasa Temple, challenged what people thought about ancient societies. They showed such incredible skill and craftsmanship that it seemed like only superhumans could have made them. It encouraged more exploration and documentation of India's ancient places. The Archaeological Survey of India started in 1861 and took on the task of studying and protecting these historical treasures properly. Early scholars like James Burgess and later Ghulam Yazdani studied these sites in detail and wrote extensive reports and books about them. These resources are still invaluable for understanding India's past. Today, the Ajanta Caves attract people from all over the world. They come because of the caves' historical and artistic importance. The caves show how clever and dedicated their creators were. They're a symbol of India's diverse cultural heritage. When people explore these ancient halls and admire the detailed carvings and the immense Kailasa Temple, they are reminded of the incredible journey of discovery that started with Captain John Smith's accidental adventure in the 1819. It's important to maintain these caves and other historical sites in India to preserve their beauty and history for future generations. Since its establishment in 1861, the Archaeological Survey of India has been leading the charge in India's archaeological exploration and heritage preservation. Imagine a team of dedicated detectives delving into the mysteries of the past, striving to safeguard the nation's rich history. But their mission goes beyond just digging up artifacts. It's about safeguarding, restoring, and promoting India's archaeological wonders. One such challenge arose when the ASI took on the monumental task of preserving the Ajanta Caves. These caves, with their intricate carvings and magnificent structures, aren't just old relics. They're vivid snapshots of India's artistic and cultural pinnacle. Over the years, the ASI has employed a variety of techniques to maintain these caves' beauty and structural integrity. From cutting-edge scientific methods to prevent water damage to strategies to combat the effects of time and tourism, they've spared no effort. In the early days, a British archaeologist named James Burgess played a key role in documenting and studying the Ajanta Caves. Imagine him as the first detective at the scene, meticulously documenting every find. Burgess's groundbreaking work in the late 19th century included extensive surveys, intricate mapping, and capturing numerous photographs. These invaluable records have since become essential tools for future researchers, guiding them through the maze of history hidden within these ancient caves. Burgess was incredibly passionate about India's ancient history and culture. He didn't just see old sites as dusty relics. He thought of them as crucial pieces of the puzzle that made up India's identity. By carefully documenting and studying places like the Ellora caves, he laid down the groundwork for organized archaeological research in India. His reports and publications were like a treasure collection of knowledge, making sure that the world would recognize the beauty and importance of the Ellora caves. Fast forward to the early 20th century, Ghulam Yassini, an Indian archaeologist. His work was pivotal in preserving the Ellora caves. Yassini didn't just sit back and observe, he got his hands dirty, metaphorically speaking. He treated the caves like a skilled surgeon, delicately caring for them to ensure they'd last. He was determined to share his passion and knowledge with the public, hoping to ignite an appreciation for India's rich history. His studies were thorough, his descriptions detailed, and his publications filled with intricate drawings and photographs, capturing every little detail of the cave's beauty. And then there's Mount Kailash, a place of immense spiritual importance for Hindus, Buddhists, Jains, and Bon practitioners. They all believe it's the center of the universe, a sacred axis where heaven meets earth. Mount Kailash is like the heavenly home of Lord Shiva, a super important god in Hindu beliefs. People think that Shiva chills out there on the tippy top, doing his deep thinking and spreading blessings to his fans. Buddhists also see the mountain as a pretty special place. They think it's where the ultimate happiness lives, represented by something called demon. Some folks called Jains believe it's where their first big-shot holy person, Tanara Rishaba, got free from the cycle of life and death. Then there are the followers of Bon, an old-time religion. They think Mount Kailash is like the epicenter of all things spiritual. Every year, tons of pilgrims take on a super tough journey to walk around the mountain. It's called the Kora, and it's no walk in the park. This trek, which is about 32 miles, is believed to wipe away all the bad stuff people had done in their lives. It's a mix of being super devoted and super tough. When people start this sacred journey, they're not just guided by their faith, they're also following ancient rules and traditions. Every step they take has a special meaning, from the way they walk to the words they say. Finishing the Kora is like hitting the spiritual jackpot, supposedly wiping someone's soul clean and getting someone closer to the divine. For some, doing the Kora is like saying a huge thank you to the gods they believe in. For others, it's a way to find themselves, leaving behind all the junk of everyday life and reaching for something higher. The trek around Mount Kailash isn't just about finding inner peace. It's a remarkable showcase of human strength and determination. This journey takes people through challenging terrains, where the air is thin and the weather is harsh. Yet pilgrims persist, driven by an unyielding spirit to go beyond their limits. Along the way, they're greeted by awe-inspiring views that seem almost magical: towering peaks, ancient glaciers, and sparkling lakes. Conservation efforts on Mount Kailash. The Chinese government's decision to ban climbing on Mount Kailash highlights the deep respect and reverence given to this sacred place. Authorities have firmly prohibited any attempts to reach the summit, emphasizing the need to maintain the sanctity of the site for the countless pilgrims who undertake the challenging journey to experience its spiritual aura. Imagine a place so revered that even the most experienced climbers must set aside their ambitions and approach with the utmost humility and respect. One of the most intriguing aspects of this sacred mountain is its unusual weather patterns. In this region, the laws of nature seem to twist and turn, defying the usual understanding of weather. Both locals and visitors have reported seeing clouds that appear to defy gravity, swirling and dancing around the peak in mesmerizing patterns, almost as if they have a life of their own. Numerous accounts describe strange, bright events, similar to ghostly lights flickering across the mountaintop, casting an otherworldly glow that leaves observers spellbound. These strange features of Mount Kailash have sparked a whirlwind of assumptions and theories that could make even the most unbelievers' minds take notice. Some believe that Mount Kailash is not just an ordinary mountain, but a powerful energy vortex, a meeting point of spiritual and cosmic forces that go beyond our understanding. Others, with a scientific perspective, suggest that the mountain's unique composition or electromagnetic properties might explain these unusual occurrences. Locals in the region also view Mount Kailash as a gateway to other realms or dimensions, possibly a cosmic portal connecting our world to the universe beyond. Supporters of this theory refer to ancient legends and accounts of extraterrestrial visitations, proposing that the mountain might have served as a landing site for beings from other worlds. It's possible that the strange lights and weather patterns observed are not just natural events, but glimpses into a larger cosmic puzzle. Some even assume that Mount Kailash acts as a beacon, guiding intelligent beings from across the universe to our planet. However, the rising popularity and influx of pilgrims and tourists threaten to disrupt the mountain's delicate ecosystem and mystical aura. In response to this challenge, the Chinese government has implemented a comprehensive conservation strategy to protect this revered site for future generations. This monumental effort requires a delicate balance between preserving sacred traditions and safeguarding the fragile environment surrounding this celestial peak. The efforts by the Chinese authorities to conserve Mount Kailash are like protecting a priceless cultural treasure. This task demands unwavering dedication and a profound understanding of the site's deep significance. At the core of these conservation efforts is a comprehensive strategy that tackles both natural and human-induced threats to Mount Kailash's fragile ecosystem. From enforcing strict regulations on waste management and visitor behavior to investing in cutting-edge technologies for environmental monitoring and restoration, every possible measure is taken to preserve the pristine beauty of this sacred site. One of the biggest challenges conservationists face is the impact of climate change on the region's delicate alpine environment. Rising temperatures, melting glaciers, and changing weather patterns pose serious threats to the delicate balance of this high-altitude ecosystem. To combat these threats, the Chinese government has partnered with leading scientific institutions and environmental organizations. Together, they conduct thorough research and develop adaptive strategies to mitigate the effects of climate change. The government has assembled a dedicated team of researchers to monitor glacial retreats and study the complex network of alpine flora and fauna within the ecosystem. It's a race against time, a battle to protect not just the physical integrity of Mount Kailash, but also the intricate variety of life that flourishes in its shadow. However, conservation efforts go far beyond scientific research. The Chinese authorities have also recognized the vital role of local communities and spiritual traditions in preserving the sanctity of Mount Kailash. By partnering with indigenous groups and religious organizations, they have integrated traditional ecological knowledge and spiritual practices into their conservation strategies. These efforts include incorporating sustainable practices into the pilgrimage circuit and educating visitors on the importance of respecting sacred sites. The goal is to cultivate a deep reverence for Mount Kailash and foster a sense of stewardship among all who venture into its sacred realm. Despite these initiatives, there are ongoing challenges in effective conservation. The rising popularity of Mount Kailash as a tourist destination brings unique issues, as an influx of visitors can lead to environmental degradation and disrupt the site's sacred atmosphere. To address this, the Chinese authorities have implemented a comprehensive visitor management system, limiting the number of tourists and pilgrims allowed to access the site at any given time. This controlled access helps protect the fragile ecosystem and preserves the sanctity of the pilgrimage experience, ensuring that devotees can embark on their spiritual journey without the intrusion of overcrowding. In an era where technology and human ambition often dominate nature, Mount Kailash symbolizes the delicate balance between preserving the natural and spiritual heritage while allowing people to experience its profound beauty and significance. What are your thoughts about these scientists' discovery of the ancient cave inside Mount Kailash in Tibet? Let us have your opinions in the comment below.